Good morning, students. Today we will be starting our second unit. I think you know the subject. Tuesday means it is human resource management. So in second unit, no, we will be starting actually one topic called human resource planning. This is what you people, when you're going for an HR department, the first thing is you should know what is actually HR planning. Then only you will be able to work there in that particular department. So first of all, you should know HR planning. What is it? Then you should talk about why is it important in the organization. Then you should tell about how it is done. Then finally, is it really done? These four things in the human resource planning, they will be talking about. This is the outline aspects we will be discussing. And when you are entering into organization, still one or two topics you will be discussing in according to the organization category. That is different actually. That is practical wise. We'll be talking in a different manner. First thing is actually why is it human resource planning? Why is it? Then why is it so important in the organization? Then how it is done? Then is it really done? These four things only we will be talking about in human resource planning. First of all, what it is simple. So normally, in a simple concept, எல்லாருக்குமே so I think Parvez and Nasser are there, so that I will not talk in Tamil. So simple concept is a right person for right job at right time. This is actually called human resource planning. This is what you will be uh, seeing in this particular slide. It involves human resource planning involves getting the right number of qualified people into the right jobs at the right time. So the right person means the qualified person into the right jobs at the right time. So this is the main task of HR planning. So if you're failing in this aspect, no, entire organization will be facing consequences in the future. So this is actually the main thing you will be talking. Right person for right job at right time. So if you understood, then you can easily develop HR planning. Why is it so important? So a main thing is it often lag times to fill positions. So in all organization, no, right, to fill the positions it takes some time. So that is the main task actually to fill in normally in private organization itself. If it is like this, if you go for uh, government or public sector companies, you can see how much time it will take to fill the number of vacancies. So that is the main thing. So if I want to fill a vacancy, say if I want to fill 50 vacancies in a government sector and public sector undertaking, it will take nearly minimum 2 years to do the process and to complete the final stage. It will take 2 years of time. So you can see how much time it will be taking lag times. In private sector, normally it will be taking a minimum of at least 3 months. I'm talking about really the qualified persons here, not simply the person who will be entering without any qualifications or any skills. If he's working, then you will be knowing the capacity of the organization. So you should know these things now. And then talking about often it will be influencing both turnover and productivity. So how far the product? So normally, whenever I talk, I'll be talking about productivity only. I will never talk about production because companies nowadays expect only quality outputs. So that is called productivity. I used to tell. So when you're not recruiting proper people, no, so this turnover and productivity will be entirely affected. Then the demographic imperative demands more such planning. how you are going to recruit demographic, either by age wise or sex wise, that is gender wise, whichever it is. So you should plan properly depending upon the type of organization and depending upon the department wise you should plan which type of demographic thing we are going to select for the recruitment process. That is HR planning. This is the main task, and then you will be talking about how do you do it. So normally it is a process of uh, comparing the human resource, that is supply and demand gap, supply with the human resource demand, comparing the human resource supply with human resource demand. This is the main task where you should know how much is the supply and how much is the demand. So according to that you can plan for the HR planning, and it will be working. It works best when it is tied to the organization strategic planning process. How it is very much successful means when you are planning for a strategic planning process, it is surely the effective method. So according to the supply and demand gap, and then you can talk about all available forecasts like technological forecast, economic, and according to the market conditions, etc. Everything you can talk about in this. How will you be doing it in the organization? And this one is when there are variances. No, if there is if there are surpluses in the organization, they used to go for layoffs, retrenchments, then retrenchment incentives, sorry, retirement incentives, reduced hours, or they'll be having their own planning methods in their organization. So layoffs, and then recently talking about retirement incentives. No, I don't know how many of them uh, will be listening this video. And if you are listening to this video, the retirement incentives, one public sector undertaking by the central government, I am telling. So they have sent off many employees from that particular department. If somebody else is seeing this video and if you are giving reply, I'll be giving you 50 rupees. So tomorrow, uh, after seeing the video, before 10 o'clock, if you are messaging me, surely I'll give you 50 rupees when the class begins. Okay. So which company actually before normally central government employees 60 is the retirement age, but because of this surpluses and there is less demand for that, they have sent out of many employees those who got uh, above the age of 54 plus or 55 plus. Uh, they have asked them to give ERS and they are given that benefits itself. So I want you people to message me. Is it in which department? Okay, that is a question. And then one more thing is for shortages, the organization they'll be using overtime, and then they'll be appointing some temporary workers, and or else they'll be recruiting new permanent workers. So this thing, if there is for shortage, they will be having their own strategies, and if it is surplus, they will be having their own strategies depending upon the organization type. And then, how do they do it? So this is actually methods used for human resource planning. So one is approaches to forecasting. You can calculate as qualitative. So qualitative based on the quality related things. They'll be talking expert opinion, Delphi technique, then bottom up approach. These three techniques we'll be talking in qualitative method. So in qualitative method, the first thing is expert opinion. In that expert opinion, so there are people in the organization who are having rich experience. So rich experience means not less than 20 years of experience or more than that. So 25 years we can take. So they'll be asking their opinion. What is that we can do according to the present method, they'll be giving some advice. So there are many experts in finance, there are many experts in HR, then technically many experts are there depending upon their departments. So they'll be consulting with them and they take decisions. What is it we can plan for our recruitment or HR or anything they'll be talking. So expert is like that only. The person who is talking about their experience. Based upon their experience, they'll be talking about this particular advice and all they'll be giving. Then bottom up approach. So bottom up approach is that where they'll be taking or consulting from the subordinates level, they'll be asking ideas and they'll be, if it is a very good suggestion, they'll be trying to implement in the organization. These things and all nowadays many organization they are following it. So bottom up approach. So Delphi technique. So Delphi technique is actually where they'll be talking about same like expert. They'll be taking about the past trends and they'll be calculating and they'll be giving some on projection. So this is what actually Delphi technique is. So talking about the second one, no, quantitative regression analysis or trend analysis, then Markov analysis. Sorry. So regression or trend analysis based on the uh, what has happened for the past 5 years or 10 years, they'll be calculating. So according to their calculation, they will be planning and they'll be giving some projection, trend analysis. So regression based upon some formulas they will be calculating and they'll be talking about okay if you're following this so it will be useful for our organization for the next 2 years or 3 years they'll be giving some trend. Like simple concept taking past data and they'll be giving some projection. But and all it is called as trend analysis. And Markov analysis is based upon the formulas. So based on the formulas, they'll be trying to implement according to the formulas whichever they are in need at that particular time. This is actually a qualitative and quantitative method of approaches for forecasting of human resource planning. And then how do you, 1 minute, how do you do it? Same thing, no? Methods used for human resource planning. This one is actually uh, talking about supply analysis. So skill inventories, card system, then human resource information system. These are all the things we will be talking about in the coming chapters. Actually, human resource information system. So skill inventories. How far you are maintaining the uh, effective or skilled employees in the organization. So that is actually skilled inventories in the organization. Talking about the person's uh, human resource or as an asset. Like that, they'll be talking here as skilled inventories. How much skillful employees are working in the organization. We can talk about even attrition rate or retention rate. Like that and all, if you're talking, we can easily find out the skill inventories. Then talking about replacement charts or succession plans. So normally we can talk about many areas in this replacement charts and succession plans where you can talk about even here the concept leadership concept also here. So replacement charts, if somebody else is trying, so encouraging the second line people to participate in that particular work. That and all it will be succession plans or replacement charts. So simple concept here in this is we should not depend only on a single person to carry the work. That is the main thing. Okay, so succession plans. So giving ideas from not only from one any particular individual. Under him there will be two subordinates. They also will be participating in all the activities and they'll be giving some decision. Actually, one small example I will tell. I don't know how many of them know TN session. When I was in schooling, previously nobody knows actually what is election commission and what is their duty. Nobody knows. But actually, when TN Session came to the post of election commissioner, he only showed that election commission is there in the country, and he has proved that it is not under the government of India. It is a separate body. So he has done lots of reforms. At that time, no, he has done. I think in the year 93 to 97 or that period only, he was there as an election commissioner. He has done lots of reforms. He only has introduced the identity card, election commission, sorry, your voter identity card. No? He only has first has given the idea and it was implemented actually. And he has done lots of reforms, but political party did not accept it. So at that time when Congress government was in power, so to control that particular individual, they have appointed under him two subordinates. So whatever election commissioner is doing, no, they should also give authorization. Then only it will be accepted by the government of India. Like that, they have formulated. So why they have done? Because if any new person, that particular government, they have told like this in that paper cutting. So if any person is leaving from that particular post, so the other two persons will be taking, whoever is senior, he can give lots of ideas. Like that only till now they have done many people. From the two persons only they will be promoting as Election Commission of India. This is what actually when you're going for replacement charts and succession plans, no, you can do like this. Or else no, replacement itself it is be very difficult now. So it will take time. For that only I am talking about. It will take minimum in an organization minimum 1 month. So 1 month means to do this HR planning process, entire process, another 6 months it will be affected. So totally 7 months in a year. 7 months if it is going as a waste means. So you can think how the organization will be affected. So this is what HR planning. So here again I am repeating what is HR planning is, what is it, why is it important, how it is done, and is it really done. This is the concept you will be studying in your HR planning. So with this I come to conclusion of HR planning.